Hey, so here in Kelowna, we're lucky to only be dealing at the moment with toxic smog. Serious fires are burning all over the Okanagan. Evacuation orders are being issued, communities are getting wiped out, lives are devastated. It's a hell of a backdrop for a campaign season. We're face to face with huge, overwhelming, and sadly predictable disaster. The consequences of an increasingly hostile climate of which we are not adequately prepared, and it's not like we can vote our way out of it with one local election. Forward-thinking leadership that takes community resilience and regenerative urban planning and disaster relief seriously will be on the ballot, but I think you get what I mean. It's not immediate. Getting folks elected who are prepared to take these challenges on won't make it rain. And elections are, let's be real, great big popularity contests and vanity projects. And a serious election campaign is unavoidably a wasteful, high consumption thing. Very little of the stuff produced in support of a candidate has anything resembling a life or use beyond getting the word out in the lead up to election day. A lot of junk destined for the landfill, or optimistically the recycling depot, or into storage in anticipation of a second kick at the can. I've mentioned a couple times now how I'm taking the bus to get to all the neighborhoods I'm knocking on doors in. And there are some other principal commitments I've made for the purposes of this campaign for Kelowna City Council. In light of the essentially single-use stuff one needs to be taken seriously as a candidate, I want to make sure as much of that stuff as possible is being made locally to support local businesses. I've had thousands of these handbills printed locally, and will be ordering thousands more with an updated design. I am very fortunate to have at my disposal many amazing new photos. Thank you, Noni. The one exception I've had to make for budgetary constraints is lawn signs, and those will be coming from at least a Canadian screen printing company located in Ontario who do polybag signs and feature great customer service on the phone, by the way. Also, this graphic design, it's my own work. These are not AI-generated images. This is me burning out my eyeballs and mouse-clicking tendons behind a laptop screen. None of the written content on my campaign site, or any social media post, or any words coming out of my mouth are AI-generated. It's as much about honesty and authenticity as it is anything. And it's a little bit tone-deaf for a politician or would-be politician in a drought-afflicted, wildfire-prone area like the Thompson Okanagan to be leaning hard on this, let's say, controversial and barely regulated technology for their campaign activities when the ecological impact of widespread AI data center proliferation can become very local indeed when one pops up in your backyard. But as the handbill says, we can get ahead of the issues. And what does that look like locally in the case of AI data centers? I'm fully in support of Kelowna putting the appropriate framework in place now to ensure that this community, if it should attract similar attention as Kamloops has, doesn't wind up getting played. Community benefit guarantees, effective taxation, tight monitoring of water and electricity consumption, zoning regulations that specifically address the myriad social, economic, and environmental impacts to mitigate risks at the local level. It's the bare minimum that any municipality ought to pursue. This is one fire we can contain before it starts. Stay safe out there, folks.